Democrats and the media melting down over Trump's White House renovation, that democracy is dying because of the White House renovating the ballroom. Democracy didn't die in darkness. To Democrats, it died during a White House bathroom remodel. Let's welcome to the show former counsel to President Trump, Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, what do you make of this? You know, the White House executive mansion has been largely unchanged since 1814, but they're saying this is destroying democracy.
Look, it's not new, Liz. Thanks for having me tonight. That presidents and White Houses want to renovate. Others have. But these are coming from the same people who had Build Back Better, which had nothing to do with building anything. That was a climate bill and migrant care and stops to the PBMs. This guy actually wants to build back a better place and space as part of the people's house so that more folks can gather. You know what I think is going on here? The left is zealous because they're jealous. And if they get invited to one of these big fancy affairs, they'll be just fine. I promise you. Plus, the president's being transparent. He is issuing a list of the donors. Everybody can see who's actually funding it. They're going to be acknowledged on the wall if they'd like to be. But more importantly, he went first. You know how the left is always screaming, Liz, make the billionaires pay for it, make the billionaires pay for it. That billionaire, President Trump, he gave practically the first contribution. He's giving his own money. He's donating his presidential salary. Other folks did not do that. He's doing that in addition to raising money among people and companies that want to contribute to the beautification of America. We got a lot of big things going on, like America 250 in just a few short months from now, Liz. We want to have these beautiful, we want to show America that our nation's capital is welcoming to all folks. And so I just think it's a lot of high dudgeon. I've never seen the left so animated about anything other than wanting to give care to illegal immigrants as this ballroom. All of a sudden, they found something to gnaw on. I wish they felt as excited to vote for the Tax Cut and Jobs Act or the One Big Beautiful Bill or DREG or energy dominance, or to actually say we're in a government shutdown, but we're not in a President Trump shutdown. That guy's jetting around the world again tonight to go make more deals with foreign leaders. Yeah, to get the deals done. And, you know, we just showed the corporate donors. It includes Google, Amazon, Meta, Facebook, MSNBC's parent, Comcast. And the White House is firing back with how Democrats have abused the White House in the past with a new major White House events timeline, including scandals like Bill Clinton's affair with Monica Lewinsky at the White House, Barack Obama meeting with a group accused of consorting with links to a group with links to Hamas, and Hunter Biden's drug use allegedly at the White House. So they're trying to reset the message here. Do you think that's effective, or is it more effective that, hey, the ballroom is going to be paid with, you know, both effective, paid with private donors and by Trump? Well, they're both effective. And remember, nobody's been more put upon than Donald J. Trump. They insulted him, investigated him, impeached him, indicted him. People tried to assassinate him. They wanted to make sure that he was never again in the White House, but would spend the rest of his life in the big house. So, and by the way, is any of that not factual? Was there not a scandal in 1998? We lived through it. Was there not cocaine revealed? Did 51, quote, intelligence officers unintelligently tell us that Hunter Biden's laptop, where that's all been revealed, was not real? So I think it's all relevant. They want to act like they didn't do anything the last 4 years to thwart the president's agenda. But the ballroom is not the hill to die on for the left, because they waste so much in taxpayer dollars on nonsense. There isn't a single taxpayer dollar going to this, Liz. I want America to hear that again. This is all privately funded. And you make a good point. And it's transparent. By the way, what do you think? Yeah, but Liz, what do you think is a better use of private donations? This beautification of the people's house that everyone can enjoy in some form or fashion, or the nonsense we saw, these silly protests where people beclowned and embarrassed themselves last weekend? Sure, they can protest.
Well, but you make a good point, Kellyanne. But you make a good point that this is for the 250th anniversary of America next year. You know, the ballroom only holds about 90 people. Trump wants one that holds under 1,000, and he's doing it. You make a good point for America's birthday.
Liz, I worked there for 4 years, and I went to a state dinner. It was absolutely beautiful. It was in the Rose Garden. It was muddy. They had to put a tent. We were restricted to 180 guests. I was privileged to be there. It was to honor Australia back in September 2019. This is going to be 4 times that size. Think about that, just the scope of being able to share this with more Americans.
Yeah, and even Barack Obama complained about having to do a dinner on the South Lawn under a tent. Kellyanne Conway.
I bet
you're
he'd like to be
terrific.
invited.
Yeah, he'd like to be invited on this one. Kellyanne, you'll probably be invited. It's good to see you. You'll tell us about it. Thank you so much.